Alright, well, today is a beautiful day. It's a Saturday. We're gonna try and go do some fun family stuff. Not sure exactly what that entails. Maybe go to like a farmer's market or something like that.
I love you. Say hi. There's a smile. High five. I love you. Era, I love you. Mwah. What are you doing?
I'm gonna sit down. Daddy, I come on the truck too.
Oh, it's okay.
Alrighty, so we are now at a mall. We're gonna go down to a little farmer's market. That should be a lot of fun. I don't think I've ever been to a farmer's market before.
I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes.
Yeah, so we're heading to go look at those bookshelves now. Gotta love Craigslist. Should be able to get them for pretty cheap. It's like a 30-minute drive from here, which is ridiculous because it took us like 30 minutes to drive to here. So, opposite side of town. Just got buying stuff off Craigslist and I didn't die, so that's always a positive. Alrighty, we're about to go swimming. Era, you ready to go swimming?
Say hi to the camera.
Hi, camera.
It's actually only 84 degrees, which is pretty low for Vegas this time of year. So today is May 20th. 2 years ago today, I had a crazy chest surgery for a condition called pectus excavatum. Pectus excavatum is basically when you're born and your rib cage kind of grows in. So it's like sunk in. It looks like someone like took a scoop out of your chest. So I lived with it my whole life, and 2 years ago today, I had a surgery to correct that procedure. That surgery was insane. They basically break all of your ribs and your sternum, put a metal bar across your chest that you have to keep in there for over a year. It was not fun. Not fun at all. Basically for months after the surgery, I couldn't do anything. Couldn't lift anything over like 5 pounds. I had a 3-month-old daughter at the time, so I couldn't even hold my baby, which was not fun. And then a year later, I had to have another surgery to take the bar out. So they did quite a bit of work, but today marks the 2-year anniversary, so to speak, of that procedure. So just so you know kind of what it looks like, I'll show you some pictures of, or some videos, I guess, of before the surgery, so you can kind of see a before and after. You kind of get close on it, and about how deep it is. My Haller index is about a 6, which kind of makes it pretty severe, definitely severe enough to be accepted and covered by insurances and stuff like that. Now that it's been 2 years since that surgery, this is kind of what it's looking like. So, see if you can see it. A big cut right across here. Scar is mostly faded, you can still see it obviously. I got right here, you got 2 chest tubes that were kind of like for draining. A little small one here on the side. I got the big cuts on both sides that were from, yeah, those cuts were where the bar was put in and taken out. So today, 2 years later, I'm over here at my parents' swimming pool, jumping in, having fun with my daughter, throwing her around, doing stuff that I wouldn't have even thought possible a couple years ago. And the crazy thing was that all the doctors that I visited when I was growing up always told me that, oh, no, it's no big deal. You work out a little bit, it'll kind of just grow out. No one will ever be able to tell. And honestly, from like a cosmetic appearance standpoint, I didn't really care. I actually kind of liked it because I like being a little different. So it was kind of something that was fun and made me unique. But after we got married, I'd go like on a jog. I mean, I wasn't in the best shape ever, but I would go for like a mile and I was dying, which was just really not normal for me considering I was in pretty good shape almost my entire life. After the surgery and I was finally able to exercise again, I remember very distinctly, it was like 2 months afterwards, and I wasn't cleared to do full-on jogging or anything yet, but my doctor told me I could work on an exercise bike because there's no impact. So I went to the little workout center at our apartment we were living in, and I went on this exercise bike, and I was on it for like 45 minutes to an hour, which was crazy. And I was going like full speed on this thing because 2 months before that, before my surgery, I couldn't have even done it for maybe 10 minutes without feeling like I was gonna die and not be able to breathe. But now, add the recovery and the fact that I wasn't able to really work out great before because of this condition I had, and I was already able to just go and go and go and go until my legs gave out instead of ever being held back by my chest, which was crazy because I never really thought that it was holding me back at all. The reason I'm even talking about this is that there's not a lot of great information out there about this condition, kind of who's gone through it, what the before and afters really look like, what it feels like. Is the pain of that surgery really worth the reward and benefit that comes from it? So hopefully me talking here kind of will help somebody who was in a similar a similar situation to me. You know, I had doctors my entire life that weren't specialists, who didn't quite understand my condition, telling me, oh, it's no big deal, you'll be fine. And I finally met a doctor here in town that actually knew exactly what to look for and exactly how to measure how severe it is and stuff like that. I was able to get this situation corrected. So I had done a lot of research myself beforehand, and essentially everyone kind of just said, oh, well, it's just cosmetic. It doesn't affect you at all. Your insurance won't approve it. And if it's just cosmetic, it doesn't really matter. It's going to be a lot of pain for nothing. It's not really going to make your life any better. And I learned that that's just not true at all. I mean, there's a lot more information that I can't go into great detail here. But I'll try and make another video that talks about it a little bit more and exactly what you need to look for if this is something that you have, or if you know someone who's going through something like this. I mean, it's really obvious. This isn't for people that just have like a little dent in their chest, or their pecs make it look like they have a little dip there. This is not what I'm talking about. This is people that when you go to the pool, it looks like someone took an ice cream scooper out of their chest. Like, it's very, very noticeable. So hopefully this information will get out there. I know this is a pretty rare condition, but it's not quite as rare as we think. It's about 1 in 300 people. So at least amongst males. I think amongst females it's like 1 in 500, so it's not quite as common. But it's very important that if this is a condition that you have, or someone that you know has, if you're a new parent and your baby was born and this is something that they have, or they've developed in the last couple of years and they're still very young, research has shown that it's far better for people to get this corrected when they're younger. You know, the bones are much more flexible and they're more forgiving, and they can recover so much quicker. Once you get older and those bones are firm, it's pretty difficult to get the surgery, and there's always a little more risk that you can have something that's called sternal recoil, which is essentially where you go through this crazy surgery and it just falls right back into where it was before. You know, so yeah, hopefully, yeah, it's just crazy that this is 2 years since my first surgery, but hopefully this information is useful to somebody out there.